We've got a really fun thing to talk about this morning. It's the first ever Wildflower and Wellness Festival. Melissa Broughton, founder of the fest, and Dennis Fagan, professional photographer and keynote speaker at the festival, are joining us to tell us more, and we're really happy they're here. Y'all, good morning.
Thank you for having us.
Good morning.
Good morning. Melissa, okay, first of all, I love that you're a transplant to Texas, and you're like, you know what? I'm going to make a festival.
Yes.
So good for you, girl.
Yes,
and
thank
what
you.
inspired you to start it?
Thank you. So I live in Johnson City. I've been there for about 2 years. I absolutely love it. I'm a lavender farmer, but I love the wildflowers of Texas. And so we just decided we wanted to bring people into Johnson City, and I thought, what better way to do that?
Absolutely. And the wildflowers, of course, are something to behold every single year, seeing the blue bonnets pop up and all that wonderful stuff. I can't wait. It's such a beautiful time of the year. There's a lot going on for this little festival in its very first year.
There is.
Can you talk to us about that?
Yes, we're very excited. So Saturday and Sunday will be the vendor market. On Saturday, it's 10 to 6, and on Sunday, it's 10 to 5. We have curated wonderful vendors, about 20 vendors, all wildflower and wellness products and services.
Okay.
And then live music from 1 to 4, and then a sip and paint workshop as well. So that's kind of what these are here, where you can sip a little bit of wine and paint wildflowers. It'll be really fun.
Okay, honestly, without sipping the wine, I couldn't do
Yeah.
this. So this is really good work. I'm impressed by this, but just what a fun kind of activity to get out there and enjoy. Johnson City is a gorgeous place.
It is. We absolutely love it. We're so excited. The community has all come together. We've collaborated really well. We're really excited about the Wildflower Festival.
Absolutely. And let's introduce Dennis a little bit here, because one of the big portions of the festival is a Q&A that's actually happening at the Science Mill. So tell me first about the Q&A.
Yeah, so we were excited about the festival weekend, but we really wanted something big to open up the weekend. And I had met Dennis about a year ago, and I thought how fabulous it would be to have a Q&A with Lady Bird's photographer of 20 years. And so the Science Mill is hosting it Friday 4 to 6 with a Q&A and showing the images. So I'm really, really excited about that.
Oh boy, I'm excited too. And Dennis, this is kind of the part where we do a little bowing and say, wow, what a fantastic career you have. You are a true friend and the principal photographer for Lady Bird Johnson, which is like, I mean, the pedigree on that is so important. I just want to know, first and foremost, for those of us who, have never been within 20 feet of someone who has touched the White House, what was she like as a person?
Well, I think the word that people use more often than not is gracious. And it's really true to anybody, to strangers, to those little buses that would come across the Pedernales River. And if she happened to be outside, she would go say hi, and just immediately, to complete strangers, she was always very gracious.
Look at these incredible pictures. And that's another thing that I have to point out about her. I mean, she was a snappy dresser.
Yes.
Yeah.
She was.
Yeah, I see. And she wasn't afraid of color. The smile radiates all the way across her face. As far as being friends with her, how did you get to know her?
Well, I was working at the LBJ Library, and I was in graduate school here at UT, and the White House photographer had kind of run his course. He was still at the LBJ Library, and he said, would you like to take over? And I was like, yeah.
Oh, boy.
So I became a volunteer, and we got to be friends, and it worked out really well for years and years.
20 years, you told me, in fact. In that amount of time, is there anything that stands out to you as you had a moment where you're like, I can't believe I'm standing here doing this right now, or a standout memory kind of thing?
Well, it's true. There was a lot of times I would take pictures of famous people that would come from far away with her in a field of wildflowers, and then those were the days when she was raising money for what was going to be the Wildflower Research Center, which didn't exist, and she was very passionate about that. And of course, now we have it. It's so wonderful here.
Oh yeah, it's fantastic. And when I do drive by Blue Bonnets, I think about how hard she worked to make sure that our area was cultivated with native plants. I mean, a lot of this is her work.
She worked with all the highway foremen all around the state and the Texas Highway Department, and gave awards of her own of her own, she would write the checks and have a big barbecue. And so when we see that where you're in Lufkin or El Paso or whatever, that is, just say thank you, Lady Bird, when you see that.
Oh, that touches my heart. Okay, what are you hoping from the Q&A? Are you willing to take questions about actual photography, or are you, wanting to give more of a history on this fantastic woman, or what are you expecting?
Yeah, I did it out in Llano a year ago, and I did it down in San Marcos. There's a Johnson Museum, because he went to school there, and it was just easy and fun, and it wasn't anything scripted. It just, people just asked, like, what's it like to be around the Secret Service, or whatever it might be.
That was like my first question. But it's cool. Okay, so anything welcome as far as people
Absolutely.
attending the event. Okay, so Melissa, I want to make sure that I ask about tickets here, because
Sure.
we want, basically to pack the house at
Yes.
the Science
Yes.
Mill for Dennis's speech. And actually, people don't have to pay anything to attend.
They don't have to pay anything to attend. So the festival is free both Saturday and Sunday. Live music is going to be free. Sip and paint, there is an extra fee for that. But the Q&A workshop on Friday is also free, but there's limited space.
So
they have to RSVP.
I was going to say, you
Yes.
want to know that we're coming.
Yep, absolutely. So everything, this weekend is pretty much free. They have to RSVP to that, but, come to the festival Saturday and Sunday.
Sounds like a ton of fun.
Yeah.
I can't wait. And I know that this is not going to be the only year of this. So
That's
I can't
correct.
wait to hear how it goes.
I hope so.
And where we go next year, y'all. I
Yes.
appreciate your time.
Thanks,
Thank
Rosie.
you so
Thank you.
much. Of course, kick off the Johnson City Wildflower Festival by joining that Q&A with Dennis Fagan at the Science Mill. As you heard, admission is free, but please RSVP so they know to expect you at sciencemill.org. Then enjoy the rest of the festival at Old Lumber Yard. Stay with us.